Hello, beautiful people in city of Lagos, Nigeria, wherever you are. It's Isaopo right here in the studios of Yonwuren Media. And right about now, we have someone right here with us, someone who's looking elegant. But before I introduce her, we all know that it's a couple of days, weeks before campaign proper starts in Nigeria. And regardless of what is happening, we are hoping for the best. And there's something that we're going to be sharing with you guys. I have a couple of tips, techniques to use during this campaign period. And just stay tuned after all of this. And I'm talking about the guest we have in the studio who is looking all elegant today. She is someone quite good at what she does, and she's living, should I say, she's living her best life right now. May we get to know you, Miss Elegant.
Hi, my name is Omotola Olori.
Nice, pretty nice. Good to have you. See you once again. The last time we saw, we were talking about time that you come here. So how was the journey like coming here? How was it?
The journey was chill. Yes, it was an interesting ride.
It was an interesting ride coming all the way from mainland, I guess.
Yes, I was with my friend, and so we had some very interesting conversations before we got here.
Yeah. Shout out to his amazing friend, though. Pretty much good at what he does. Talking about what you do, I mean, I've seen your works, and I know it's amazing doing what you love doing best. And we were having a discussion about this prior to the time you came to Lagos, before you came to Lagos. And right now you're in the studio. The people would love to hear, like, what is this all movement all about?
Okay, so, all right. I lead a community of youth online. It's called Nigerian Youth Network, NYN.
Yeah.
And NYN is basically a space for young Nigerians to network, to develop ideas, solve problems, and really get into rebuilding Nigeria. And one of the reasons that NYN started was basically simply because of the belief that this generation can actually just change the narrative of Nigeria as a whole. So our vision is to create a network for young people to connect around issues that affect us as a country, and not just talk about them, but also find solutions to them, and just fix the issues.
Fix the problem.
Yeah.
That's the basics of all. Why NYN? Like, why do you think about what's brought about this idea of NYN?
Okay, so very spiritual reason actually.
Yeah, sure. Go on, sure.
Great. Okay. So, interesting story. After secondary school, I was at home for like 3 years. Jammed me. I don't have the word, but basically I didn't get into any school for like 3 years. And so in that time, I just basically doubled down on getting to know God, to understand my purpose, because I really believe that I could not get into school because there was something I was going to miss for some reason. Thank God for that. So I basically started to have conversations about, instead of having conversations like, why am I not in school? All my friends are in school and stuff. I started thinking, what can I do now? I started to try to discover myself. What am I interested in? What am I passionate about? And so this conversation basically, I won't lie to you, the conversation lasted like 2 years with God. So I'm just reading books, reading Bible, and just getting to know or discover myself basically. And then 2018 I start basically waking up in the middle of the night, and I just feel really burdened about the country, about Nigeria. And so I would pray about the country. Then I'll just pray, and I'll just realize I'm actually praying about Nigeria. So it got to a point where I couldn't shake it. I felt like there was something more here. So I started to ask God, like, why do I always feel so burdened about this country? Like, why do you wake me up? Like my sweet sleep that I could be having. Why would you wake me up? And we're having conversations about this country. And in one encounter, I'm not even lying to you. In one encounter, God simply showed me Nigerians. And he showed me his heart for Nigerians and how Nigerians are suffering.
Yeah, true.
Nigerians are suffering. And then he also showed me that, but we're not hopeless.
Okay.
All right. So that was the start of it. I could go on to tell you the story about how the idea came and everything, if you want to hear that too.
Yeah, fine. That's
Okay.
fine. Please
So,
do share.
all right. So, 2019, in my room, in my hostel, with my roommate and a friend, we're just talking about the fact that many times all we do, most times as youths, what we do is we complain about what the country is.
Okay.
And we fail to realize that at some point, some generation is going to be looking back at us and thinking, what did they do exactly? Like we don't want them to have these same conversations that we're having, that the last generation didn't really do much for us. And so we said, what can we actually do? Then we realized that in that conversation, it dawned on me, because it was just going to be another conversation about ranting. And then I kept quiet for like, say 2 minutes. And then next thing that came out of my mouth, I don't know where it came from, was that you guys understand that we're not limited at all. Why? We are so many, first of all.
Yeah.
And then we have so much talent, ideas, gifts, resources, even within and amongst ourselves as young people. And we have social media.
Yeah.
Right? So we are connected, and then we have all of these gifts just in each of us.
How were your roommates looking at you at that moment?
At that moment, they were just like, right? I think that was the reaction here. It was just like, that's true. Like, our generation has a blessing that previous generations could only wish for. You know, we're so aware of so many things now. We know so many things. We know what's wrong. We know what's right. We know that when we get in touch, when we connect, we can actually make things happen. And so that was where NYN started from. And I was like, Nigerian youth simply need to network. They simply need to network around issues that affect us as a nation.
Okay. So from then to now, like, how many years is that? NYN, right?
NYN didn't start immediately.
Okay.
All right. So I would say we started properly in 2021. So that was just last year.
That's okay.
But 2020 was it was like a personal project to me, kind of, because then I just started taking on platforms and just speaking at my school about the possibility of young people actually getting things done.
What school was that?
Chrisland University.
Oh, shout out to Chrisland University.
Yeah. So that was basically it. Made a few presentations just to get us to understand that we have hope, and there's a possibility that if we connect, if we utilize our population, our potential, and the fact that, and our position in Nigeria's timeline, then we can make things happen.
Amazing it is. Talking about, fine, NYN started last year.
Yeah.
Obviously you have visions, you have goals.
Yeah.
You know what you want to achieve with this. Regardless of you being the lead person here, where do you see NYN come like 5 years from now?
In 5 years, I would say that this is not even.
That's a short. Is 5 years a short term?
It is a medium. I think the short term is 1 year, and then 5 years is medium, and then
okay.
Yeah, but 5 years is good because so the structure is such that we work in phases. Our first 5-year plan is to basically take over the media, take over conversations around rebuilding Nigeria, about revamping all our sectors and industries as young people. So to change the narrative is the first agenda of NYN. To change the narrative. Changing the narrative means changing the mindsets, changing how we see our challenges, and to start seeing them as opportunities, trying to influence the next generation, trying to make them understand that Nigeria really has hope with them, and then to inspire them and to influence their thinking, because I think that's where it all starts from, the thinking of the Nigerian. And so our first 5 years is simply media invasion. In short, yeah.
Because you look at how it is, social media, and what's going to be like next year, next 2 years, next 3 years. Fine, social media is where it is today already, but next 5 years is going to be not just a testing time for NYN, but a whole lot of, you guys have got a whole lot of experience aside from you guys being a year already in it. That's pretty amazing and good. Visions, goals you love to share to the audience?
Okay, so I think I already shared a bit of the vision, in the sense that we want to be a nationwide network of young people gathering around different problems. And this is where that idea comes from. The fact that there's no single person that has all the answers, but there are people who have, like, we need to create a system where you have people with different skill sets, people with ideas around how to solve economic problems, how to solve problems that with our education sector and our healthcare and all those areas, and our communities especially, because that's where you have the people. Okay, so when we're able to create all of these smaller groups, and then we have a nationwide replica of these things where young people just simply take responsibility for their space, their own industry, and you see that things begin to work better. So that's it, a nationwide network of young people. So our goals, we've achieved quite a number of things in the past.
Please do share.
Okay, so first of all, politics is important, yeah. I would, however, like to say at this point that politics is not the only way to build a nation. Like, there's so much that goes into building a nation, so much. And politics is a part of the conversation that young people actually have to get involved in. So last year we had, in October, we had Ayodeji Moyo Awolowo. He was running for a position.
I think I know the guy.
Yeah, I think you must know the guy. So he was running for a position. Is young, is in his 20s, and
we're state, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He can, I think, yeah. And so we're having conversations around not too young to run and what it really means and what his challenges have been. And so, I mean, we had young people, we had a lot of people listening on that conversation, and it was very, very insightful.
What tweets are your Instagram?
It was Instagram.
Okay.
It was Instagram. And so we had people listen, and it was very, very insightful because he literally told us some of the challenges he had, and he really painted a good vision that he had as, I mean, lost the seats, but the point is that somebody was running, one of us was running, and his values, these are things that we want to see more of. And then around politics as well, we had, what's it called? So we have a 5 for 1,000 campaign that we ran to basically just encourage young people to get like 5 family members or friends or anybody, just get 5 people to register for the PVC.
Okay.
I tried my best to make my entire household register. My friends, they definitely had no choice. And so, and it was like that in the group, especially with the main team. We have like a leadership team, and then we have other sub teams. And we really pushed. So I wouldn't say that we achieved all our goals. I don't think we registered up to 1,000 people. But the point is that we started something.
Okay.
And we actually pushed for it. So at school as well, we basically organized a PVC registration exercise for other students at school. And so we're able to get about 40 people registered. And then those other guys that had issues with their PVC and all of that, we just kind of guided them through how to go about it. Then this year as well, we had like this conversation we called it ABCs of politics and elections, because we realized that a lot of us do not know what's it called, anything about politics or elections.
True.
And so we just say our votes do not count because that's what they've told us, or
both old, both young, they say.
Everybody.
Yeah. And
so it's like we really needed to just address the fact that election is not that complicated, but it is very important in the sense that if voting was not important, politicians would not need to campaign. Like, if your votes actually did not count, they would not campaign. Do you get? And so we just wanted to make it easy for them to know, the step-by-step thing, registration, picking up your PVC, then actually voting and getting involved in the exercise, basically. But apart from that, in terms of leadership trainings and what we call it, like forward-thinking conversations, we've also had a few of those organized at school and online especially. So there's just been like different activities that we've been doing. Last year, December, it was a charity outreach. So we went to
I remember seeing something
Little
like that.
Saints Orphanage, and we just wanted to spend time with the children, with the girls.
Okay.
Got them cake. One of us picked it. That one's a singular effort. But we helped them braid their hair. It was just really interesting.
Amazing it is. Talking about election and campaign proper, what do you feel are the pragmatic steps you feel you should take during this campaign manifesto and come next year general elections?
Okay, so I think one thing that Nigerians need to do at this point is to listen. We need to listen, and this is what I mean. Okay, so campaigns will start, manifestos will start. I mean, people will start presenting their manifestos. They're basically telling us their plans for us, right? And so this is the time to listen. It doesn't, I always say this thing that, okay, so we have a 4-year cycle before every election. And so we just need to commit like half a year. Just commit the last 6 months to election to actually making the right decision. Meaning, listen more to what the candidate has done, who the candidate is, who the candidate stands for, right?
Yeah.
And ask yourself, will this person represent me? Will this person represent the best interest of Nigerians? Before you now say, okay, I'm going to cast my vote for this person. And so you have to watch. You have to watch the debates. You have to, I know, I get it. For some of us, it is boring. But you have to. You know, the most important things are not always the most interesting things. The most important things, the most important decisions we have to make have to come out of difficult conversations. So listen in on those conversations. Listen to their actions. So I remember last year, there's this debate that I think Channels hosts. I don't know what channel hosts it, but they invited candidates.
All right.
And some people did not show up. You're still a candidate, but you did not show up to the people that you want to lead. That's bad. Guess what? The candidates won. And so it's like, it's ridiculous, yeah? But these are things we need to start paying attention to. So practically, we should really listen.
All right.
Find track records. Join you may not be into politics, but there will be like what's it called, rallies around your community. You might want to just sit in on one of those meetings and those things, just one, and you learn a lot about it. And then pick up your PVC. A lot of people register apparently, but they don't even pick up the PVC, and a lot of people pick it up.
It starts this month, if I'm right. No, I think October, right?
I think it's October.
Okay.
Because I've not really got any official announcement. But pick up your PVC when the time comes, and then actually go out to vote. I said, if voting as an exercise, so one of the things we said at ABCs of politics and elections is that if voting as an exercise is boring or stressful or anything, get your friends to go along, make it a party. Like, you can literally take food, and if you like, turn it to a picnic. If whatever it is, let's not make any excuses. Just make sure that you find a reason to go and actually do this.
All right. Good. And NYN, any sort of should I say event or things people should look out for pretty soon on when?
Yes, definitely. So next month, October, through the month of October and maybe beyond, we're going to be having something called Unapologetic Conversations.
What's that about?
Okay, Unapologetic Conversations is simply NYN saying that there are things that we need to know as Nigerians. The truth, we're giving it to us as it is. And when I say as it is, I mean the truth about God's plan for Nigeria, the truth about our potentials and the possibility of young people actually making a difference. So we just want to have some deep conversations. When I say deep, I mean a lot of times people try to build from the middle up or from a particular surface up, but you're supposed to really deal with the matter. And to deal with the matter, you have to go deep into certain things like values. We have to look at what has gotten us here, and how we can move forward, especially as a generation. And for NYN, we believe that this generation is going to build Nigeria from the ground up. And this is from Isaiah 58 verse 12. It says that those from among you will rebuild the deserted ruins of the cities, and you will be known as the repairers of bridges, the repairers of destroyed cities. And so it just says a lot about my generation, and this conversation is just supposed to propel us by giving us hope, and not just that, but also challenging us to actually get involved.
So Unapologetic starts when?
Unapologetic starts October 1st. So it's going to be
Independence Day.
Yes, it starts October 1st, Independence Day. We thought that we'll be real here, yeah? We are on a mission.
Okay.
It's a movement. And so we're not waiting for you guys to come to our Instagram page or our Twitter page or any of our pages at all. We're coming to you.
Okay.
So we are using WhatsApp. You have WhatsApp broadcasts, and we're using that. So sorry if we enter your DM, but you just have to hear the truth, because we're trying to get something done. The reason for this is, if you don't build your own stage, nobody's going to invite you to theirs. All right. So NYN is not looking for followers. We're looking for influencers. We're looking to make our generation that influential generation. All right. And so if that means that we have to invade your WhatsApp space, we're going to do that. And then the thing about it is, at the end of, so we have Monday to Friday, you get DMs, you get a voice recording from me and some of my friends, and then a very short message. And then every weekend on Saturday evenings, we have like a themed conversation where you guys can just join in. And
themed conversation, this hosts where Instagram or Twitter?
So we're using Instagram and Zoom.
Okay.
So Zoom basically for those who are in the network already,
right.
And then Instagram for everybody else.
Amazing. More to come from NYN. I don't know if they got the name of this movement. Please, would you just like to say that again?
Okay, so NYN is Nigerian Youths Network.
Okay, Nigerian Youths Network.
Yep. And
feel free to follow NYN on
Instagram at the official NYN.
About Twitter.
NYN.
Okay. More active on Instagram.
Yeah.
And your personal handle, in case they want to reach out to you.
My personal handle is Tola Olori. Yep.
So you can check out Instagram at Tola Olori. And from the studios of Yonwuren Media, this is bye for now. More tips, strategies to go follow through this campaign period. Actually, it's real right now, very real right now in the city of Lagos and also in Nigeria, across everywhere. Bye for now, guys. Best up.